Yo guys, welcome to the Three Guys One Brain podcast.
They didn't ruin that. You gotta start over.
Well, I already started it. That's fine.
So,
So,
he doesn't. You leave the server.
No, he's still on the server.
so, starting a podcast. We kind of decided that we wanted to do one, so here we are. So, what a great time to start this. Evan here had his had a fire in his
The
college.
fucking building started on fire. The dorm. Someone on the top floor, I'm on bottom floor. So, none of my shit started on fire. If the Zaw started on fire, oh my god, bro, I'd be pissed as fuck.
Dumbass lit their blanket on fire.
They did it on purpose, bro. I'm gonna email my teacher and say, hey, my floor started on fire, so can I get an extension for my paper tonight?
All the stress and trauma of me having to run
No,
outside.
just can't get to my computer. They won't let me on the floor.
All the sirens are just disorientating me.
But so yeah, one thing that we wanted to go on, at least on our first episode, was at least a couple stories. But one that we wanted to start out with, two out of the three of us here were actually a part of it. It was me and Josh here. What should we call it? The Casey's incident. I think that's kind of what we called it. Yeah.
That's kind of what it's been known as, is the Casey's incident.
So to give a little background in the story, it was junior year of high school.
No, it was our senior year.
Was it?
Senior year.
Oh, yeah, senior year high school. Me, Josh, and one other guy. We were at my house. It was October 30th. Like
Yeah.
it goes. The story goes from October 30th to October 31st in the morning. It's about.
It was October 30th because so we wanted to, party a bit, it's senior year, obviously, of high school. And, we're kids. It is what it is. But, the 31st Halloween was on a Sunday. You're not going to party on a Sunday. You got to go to school on Monday. So we thought, we'll just, hang out, do a little partying on the 30th because it was on Saturday. We could all get together and hang out. That's about how it started. That was the thought process behind it.
Yep. So we are all in my room here. Classic seniors got to drink a little bit. So we were up drinking, watching movies. Yeah, what? No way.
Admitting to criminal activity.
And there were a couple parties going on in town.
Is this dark?
Yeah, it's fine. Well, we already got taken to the police station for this, so it's not like.
Sure, bro. Case is over. Case is closed.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. Sorry. So anyway, we were all pretty gone, but my mom was like, "Hey, if you guys are gonna drink, just don't drive." And we're like, of course not. We're not gonna drive. And so there were a couple parties going on in town, and we were gonna meet up with a couple guys who were at one of those parties.
That one, yeah. Well, so the first thought process was, it was me, because I just went outside for a little bit, and I was like, "Bro, it's so nice out. It's so nice out." Because it was perfect weather to just go for a walk, sweatshirt and shit. And I just walked back down and like, "Bro, we should go for a walk." So we start walking, and we're like 6 blocks away.
Yeah.
And that's when one of our buddies calls me on Snapchat. He calls me, "What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing?" And we're all just like, "Bro, we should meet up. We should meet up." So then they want us to walk another fucking 10 blocks to go meet them.
Yep.
And so we do that.
In a Casey's parking lot.
Yeah, so it's this Casey's party. It's like an old Casey's, so it's all brick and shit, all brick. So there's 2 Casey's in the town. There's one on our main street, and that's a newer one, and there's the one that's off to the side, and that's the older Casey's, scuffed ass Casey's.
Yeah, and I live closer to the older one.
But so we start going there, and oh my god, yeah. I mean, the walk there already was an ordeal because it's so fucking. It wasn't that far, but at 3 a.m. when we're all pretty fucked up, it's.
Yeah, so anyway, we meet up with these guys. We're in the parking lot chilling for a little bit. And we were going... Well, before that, before anything happened, one of the guys in the vehicle was going to smoke some weed out of a bong, and well, what happened was is he didn't have anything, so he's like, oh well, shit, whatever, we'll just
Like
go.
he spilled it all over.
Yeah,
'Cause
He's-
there's a bunch of like shake in the back seats.
yeah, and so instead, since we're at a Casey's, he's like, you know what, I'm kind of thirsty. Let's go inside to see if they're open, or let's go see if they're open. The lights were on. There were workers inside.
So at first you wouldn't think they'd be open, it's like 3 a.m. whatever. But we just saw like 2 cars pull up, obviously employees because they pulled up. Oh, there goes that one.
Yeah.
They pulled up, and 2 employees like went, unlocked the door and went inside.
Yeah.
So we in our minds we're like, oh hey, maybe they're open. Maybe we can go get something to eat, maybe something to drink. So we can keep them.
Yeah, anyway, so we were, meeting up there. We went inside to get a drink. Well, what happened is there was a lady on the phone. One of our friends, he knocked on the window, and they were like, go away, go away. So we're like, all right, give them a thumbs up. We get outside, and not even 2 minutes later.
We get back in the car. No, so we get back in the car. So we walked that entire way, and they're like, "Oh, we'll give you a ride back. Well, don't worry." So we all get in the car, and right as we're pulling out, like 2 cops go down the street and pull into the Casey's just right where we were, and then they follow out behind us. And so neither of them. So there's this other kid that we know whose house is kind of nearby.
Yep.
So we were gonna try and head there, but we took like one corner, and they cops threw their lights on.
Yep.
So they pull us over.
And at the time, like we were all drinking, like I said, and the driver of the vehicle was drinking, the passenger was drinking, everybody in there was drinking at some point in the night. And obviously, you try and hide some stuff. So we tried to hide some stuff like the bottle, but the one thing that didn't get hidden and was in plain sight was the bong, right in the center console, plain sight. Like I said, they pull us over, and they go, do you guys know why we pulled you over tonight? And at first you're like, no, not really. Like, as far as they knew, we weren't doing anything illegal. And so what happened is that lady who was on the phone in the Casey's was calling the cops to tell them that we were fighting, yelling, and trying to break into the Casey's. And, I took a video on my phone because we were all laughing when this happened. And I know we weren't trying to break in, or it doesn't seem like we were trying to break in.
No,
So-
they had no evidence.
Yeah.
But I mean, the cops obviously they got the call. They have to respond to it. But that fucking lady from the short man.
Anyway, so, they talk about that, and then immediately they were like,
They said, "What's that?"
yeah, they're
And the
like, what's
driver
that?
Looked at it, looked down, stared at it for like a second. Cause, he's like, "Oh fuck," and he looks back and goes, "I don't know."
Yeah, which, being drunk, you're kind of not really in the best mind to begin with, but
Yeah.
and eventually, he pulled us all out of the vehicle, searched the whole vehicle. All that was found, I mean, there's a couple things found. The driver had a bottle of E&J brandy right by his feet. The bong,
It
of
was,
course.
Like, all gone. It was
Yeah.
there's like a tiny bit left in it.
Yep, and then obviously the shake and the grinder on the back and the seat. And then and the
our
other,
friend, he like hid his vape in the back seat. They found that too.
yeah. And so in the end, they gave us all breathalyzers. Everybody in the vehicle did actually get something that night. However, I actually got lucky. So what happened is we had some stuff here. We had what was it, Smirnoff Red, White, and Berries. I had a couple of those. Some Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Like, too, yeah.
And-
Crown Apple, I think.
Yep. Josh was drinking. I was drinking. The other guy was drinking, and Josh drank the last of everything. So I'm like, well, shit, man, whatever. We bought it to have fun. We were just hanging out, and that kind of came back to bite him in the ass. I blew zeros because it had been 3-4 hours since I had drank anything. So I had sobered up
Yeah,
at the
it was
time.
normal.
What was that?
I don't know how long it was.
It was something like
I don't
that.
know if
Any,
it was 3 hours, but it was
I had-
a long time.
I had sobered up enough to where I would blue zeros, but since I was still 17, obviously curfew charge. Curfew is midnight here. And like I said, the driver blew, what was it, twice the legal driving limit, or twice the legal limit. It's something like
Well,
that.
If you're under 21, there's no legal limit.
Well, yeah, but
You
like
go in
if
and
you were 21, he blew what would have been twice the legal limit. He got a double DUI, I believe, but in court he got everything taken down. All of the charges dropped. I think he ended up getting 7 charges from the police, but ended up getting it reduced down to a single DWI charge. So I mean, nobody. Yeah, I mean he kind of got in trouble. Pretty bad. I had to do a reformative justice class, and so did Josh.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, wasn't bad. It was.
No. You
Probably.
shouldn't even had to have done it.
I shouldn't have. I should have just had like a fine, but I mean,
Because all you had was curfew.
whatever.
Evan has not said a single thing.
I
Yeah,
wasn't there.
yeah.
Well, you can still ask questions. Still be a part of the conversation.
My bad, bro.
But yeah, like I said, we everybody has their moments, and parents come and pick you up at 3:30 in the morning, all pissed off. But that was one of the stories I really wanted to tell on this podcast. Yeah. And we're all still friends to this day. No harm, no foul. Everybody. It's just the way it is.
What's up, man?
Yeah. And everybody still laughs about it. I mean, people at school laugh about it. Everybody knows.
Yeah, like Casey's incident.
Yeah.
What, did you try and put the Casey's incident October 31st, 2021?
Yeah.
As your senior quote?
And they wouldn't let me. They're just stupid.
I can't believe they wouldn't let you do that.
But anyway, yeah. Speaking of school, did you hear about what they're doing now? So they actually turned a school basically into a prison now. They've got a dean.
Let me hear this.
Okay, I found this out through one of my friends who plays hockey, and he told me that they've got now a dean of students who his whole job is to make sure kids are not on their phones. And listen, okay, so they've got a new rule now in school that you can't be on your phone from 8:15 to 3:15.
No.
Yep. Yep.
The middle school rule. It's like even at lunch, that's so stupid.
Yeah. Well.
Remember when Miss Piggy tried to like put that in and like no one followed it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's some shit.
You pull your phone, like call your mom. They're like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" It's like, bro, I'm calling my mom, bro.
My mom texted me my fucking grandma's in the hospital.
Yeah. But so and apparently, believe it or not, they're able to take your phone overnight if they catch you more than once. And that's what I said. I'm like, there's no way in hell that anybody would let that happen.
Keeping my phone overnight.
So what do you mean?
No
There's
way.
a snitch squad? Is it like students? that are
No,
snitching on
it
them?
literally they've got the dean of students whose whole job is to look for people on their phones.
Snitch
I should
squad.
have applied for this.
And then
Students.
and then
also
if
on
teachers
Yeah,
say anything, if teachers like do anything, then it's like if they say something, then the phone gets taken away. Classic Rick Jorgensen, our principal's name is Rick Jorgensen, but he can't do anything about this now since we're out of high school. Yeah, fuck Rick Jorgensen, he's a bitch. Anyway, we all have very strong feelings towards this guy.
I
don't-
love-
Don't like him.
I love Rick Ferguson.
Yeah, you keep playing that bit. Anyway,
You're no
Isn't
good.
jealous. Who would actually sign up to be on the dean of students though? Like, how much of a dweeb do you have to be?
Dude, I'd do that, and then I just would never like take anyone's phones.
yeah.
Oh,
Get paid.
true. Just take the
Get paid,
spots.
Just take this spot.
Paid?
Like,
Did they get paid? No
I
way.
mean, they've got it.
No way.
And
Who?
I was also told that Taher now cooks the beefy nachos 2 to 3 times a week.
Oh no.
No, dude. Everyone shit on the beefy nachos. They're not that
We
bad.
had them too much because we had them too much.
Dude,
It was
I don't
just-
care, they're not bad.
I fucking hated them after like as soon as sophomore year started. I'm like, no, don't give me this shit again, bro.
Yeah.
No, it's bad.
Yeah. I also still haven't gotten my my graduation card from Jamie.
She still hasn't responded to my text from 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Any day now.
Any
Yeah.
day now.
Yeah.
Jonathan gave me a card.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
In
gave.
class, though.
Oh yeah, he gave me one too. I invited him to my graduation party, but he didn't come because of the whole
Oh, yeah. Well,
moving
you're
to-
moving.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Evan, you got a story? You
So I
want
have
more
a story.
Yeah.
I have a story.
Has the burning down of the fucking dorm.
Story.
Nothing
You wanna do the
I'll tell that one, but
you wanna do like the first party one too?
first part is kind of lame, bro.
Oh,
I don't know.
my what? Oh, you asked
You
him?
were if
Okay, I'll tell that story.
Well, I don't know
mean,
if we should tell that story. I don't know if we should tell that story.
why?
After the Casey's incident, I never drank again. I would never drink again. And it's wrong.
yeah, we all
I'll
are.
paint you the picture. So,
I'm
I'm
at
at.
someone's house.
You say your address online, bro. Say it right
No,
now.
weren't you at Evan's
No.
Evan's house or not Evan? Yeah, weren't you at Evan?
This does not count.
And
No.
we didn't like nothing was happening.
That
I
was
suppose.
lame.
I guess it was.
That one
lame.
was lame.
That one was lame.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, it was over at Josh's house, right? And I'm a goody.
No. You were at someone's house. You were at some random guy's house.
Someone ran my bag.
You were at some random house. You were never good.
And so basically, I'm a goody two shoes. I'm a Catholic. I'm a good Catholic boy. And one day, I kind of succumbed to the devil. So people ask me like, "Oh, do you want to come over this weekend? We're gonna be, having a little fun, doing a
Little
little
function.
mischief." Whoa, yeah, a little function. Just a little function. So I'm like,
Just a little-
you know what? I'll come out. It'll be fun and dandy. So I went out, and there were alcoholic beverages. Now, would I do that? No.
No.
So,
Never.
So I started playing a little bit of ping pong. Obviously, I'm the legend beer pong. They call me Beer Bong Belly in college. Actually, crazy. You wouldn't believe it. And I ended up losing the game, and I had to drink. And I was fucking enthralled after that.
Bro just quits mid story.
Oh wait.
I mean, that function that we had at that random person's house, that was actually like pretty decent though.
It's a decent one.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
wouldn't know anything about that.
Yeah. I wouldn't know anything about that at all. Just kind of waiting for him to,
Wait for him to come back.
waiting for him to come back so we can finish this story out.
Oh, Stefan is muting himself. What the fuck?
Bro, you cannot do this.
What the fuck? Oh, what now?
I don't know. I've never had this happen before. I've never seen a podcast where somebody just leaves mid-story.
Just leave mid-story. Shit-ass podcast.
Yeah. Hey, we'll blow up one day, though. We'll blow up one day.
You have to replace him with one of the three. Lucas will take his spot.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Well, I hate to say it, but I think that's going to be the end of podcast number 1. Next time, we'll have to, actually, plan this out a little bit better.
get this fucker to stop leaving halfway through. Did it like 30 times.
Alright, so at the hopefully by the next time we do this podcast, we'll be on a different podcast channel. We created one tonight because we were going to do this podcast, but I guess you're not actually able to stream within 24 hours of you creating a YouTube channel, which kind of sucks, but I'll link the YouTube channel in the description of this video.
People don't like create channels just to stream.
Yeah,
Not
usually.
to see pervert content.
So, three guys one brain podcast will be on the Three Guys One Brain podcast channel. So hopefully we'll continue. Until next time, we'll see ya.
Dude, the outro music.